Currently, we're on the 7500 block of Dean Martin Drive here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This area right here, a lot of business parks, warehouses. This is an industrial area, so you would not at all call this a bad neighborhood. But of course, bad things happen in good neighborhoods. So I'm driving down the street and I see this roadside memorial right here. And I pulled over, and immediately when I seen it, I recognized the girl as Macy Marie Stevens. She was shot and killed here on November 16th of 2025. So 911 received a call of a car that had crashed right here. So the paramedics get to the scene and they're rendering aid, and they quickly realize that Macy has suffered a gunshot wound to the chest area. She was pronounced dead at the scene. So later on, Metro, they start getting the surveillance cameras of nearby businesses, and they soon discovered that Macy had rented a motel room with one 40-year-old Andrew Garza. And Andrew Garza, 40 years of age, was at the motel, and they recognized him from the surveillance video, and they were questioning him about this murder, and he starts all of a sudden acting paranoid, very defensive. One of the cops notices that there's some meth in his room, so he's arrested and booked on that drug charge. And then later on, when they seen a surveillance video image of a car that he was driving, firing 4 muzzle shots at this girl right here, they rebooked him on her murder. And so what's weird in this case is that when they were processing the car, they noticed that the car was stolen that Macy was in, and that they had seen several purses, wallets, bags, tools that could be used to like break windows of cars so you can like steal stuff. And this girl actually just got out of prison not too long ago. She did a couple years for check forgery and burglary. So I don't know what the hell was going on. I don't know if she's doing stuff in the street and this guy needed her to shut up and killed her. I have no idea. This just happened last week. I tell everybody Las Vegas is a very easy place to get into trouble. And if you're looking for trouble, you're definitely gonna find it in this city. I think it's more dangerous than people know. Oklahoma City, it's July 27th, 2002. Now it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and 62-year-old Paul Gene Washington has just celebrated his birthday. He's been 62 for about an hour or so. And this building right here used to be his domino parlor. He owned this place. So a domino parlor would basically be like a pool hall, except you play dominoes. Maybe they sell refreshments, drinks, food, maybe a little bit of gambling, whatever. So on that night, Paul, he steps out of his parlor to get some fresh air. Now, somebody else from the parlor, they come out and they see Paul here on the ground. Now, at first, you know, because Paul is in his 60s, so they're thinking he had some kind of a medical episode, perhaps a heart attack or something along those lines. But as they get closer to him, they realize that there is a pool of blood that is coming from underneath his body. So they run back in and they call 911. So police and paramedics come out to 3027 Northeast 23rd Avenue. They pull into this parking lot, and Paul is suffering from a couple different gunshots. One of them striking his head, the other his torso area. He's rushed to the closest hospital, but sadly he did not make it. He died at that hospital. He was pronounced deceased. So as the Oklahoma Police Department are at the scene and they're interviewing everybody that was in the Domino parlor, seeing if they had seen anything or heard anything, and nobody said anything. Nobody heard any gunshots, nothing along those lines. However, an eyewitness would later come out and say that Paul had recently won a couple $1,000s playing dominoes here, and that one of the guys that lost money to him, his name was Jimmy Lee Lethbridge, and that he says that Jimmy was really, really angry that he lost to Paul, so he came back here and shot him. Now, I don't know if he witnessed the shooting or the guy just told him, yeah, I shot him because, you know, he took my money or what have you. So Oklahoma homicide detectives would later go to his house and arrest him and charge him with the murder. They impounded his vehicle, and as they're looking at his vehicle, they noticed that there's like a red spot and it looks like blood. So they're thinking, okay, we think we got our guy. This is a pretty reliable witness. However, it was not blood. I don't know what it was, but it tested negative. It wasn't blood. And that eyewitness that the police were talking to, who he swore up and down, was like, yeah, that's the guy. That guy definitely shot him. He told me that he shot him, that he deserved it. Well, all of a sudden now he gets a little bit amnesia. He says, wait, what? I don't remember. Yeah, he can't remember anything now. I think some of Jimmy's family perhaps kind of stopped by his house, kind of reminded him of why you don't snitch, why you don't talk to the police. So he can't remember anything anymore. And the Lethbridge guy would be in jail for, I think, about 3 weeks. They let his girlfriend or his wife, I'm not sure, Amanda, how they're related, so they let her go. He did a little bit of time in jail, and they released him. The DA dropped the charges. They said, you know what? We don't have a case. So, gunshots, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be quiet on this street. This is like an industrial area, so there's really going to not be very many cars driving down the street. So, to not hear gunshots, that's, I don't know. But yet again, another unsolved murder here in Oklahoma City.